Hello, good morning. Hope you folks can hear me. Just having some technical issues with my mic. I wasn't getting a response back, but good morning, everybody. I don't know how we do a mic test with this. Anyways, I'll keep talking, and if you're wondering why it's so quiet, it could be because my mic is not working. But anyways, we'll figure it out as we go. It is a nice gloomy morning. That seems like a bit of a contradiction to say, but not too sunny and not too gloomy. There's a little bit of forecast here. I hope you're having a good morning. I thank you once again for joining me. Let's get started. If you're new to the session, hopefully the timeline in the startup screen kind of gives you an idea of what is happening. We're going to start off with a couple of rough poses, and then we'll get into the longer form stuff, right, folks? As usual for our regulars. So yeah, let's begin the party. Okay. There we go. The clock is a little small. It is something I'm working on, but to automate the process, my options are limited. Sorry about that clicking sound. It's just me moving my mic around. I don't want your ears bleeding while I do that. They can get pretty loud. Okay, grab your stylus or your pen, your brush, your pencil, whatever they be, and let us begin. We are recording for our YouTubers. Let's have fun. Let's start the clock. There we go. Clock has started, folks. This is going to be a very unique day for me because I haven't done any kind of warm up, as you can tell. Very interesting. Yeah, very rough morning for me, but let's see if we can do this. Really capture the pose here. Whoa. Yeah, I'm very rough today. That's okay. Can't win them all, folks. Can't win them all. Only got 30 seconds. Not bad. It's coming together. Okay, next pose. Oh, I like this pose. Okay, a lot of energy in this pose. Let's see if we can capture it. I like this. Subtle line there.
operation is about to begin. The universe holds its breath at the audacity of man.
I mean, interesting. I think I messed up the, there we go. Angle of it. But I like it. You only got about 20 seconds left. Okay, on to the next one. Here we go. 3. We are. Get this mic a little closer to me. We are cutting through. Hey, I don't know why I put her in today. I know this is a gesture study and we're really focusing on anatomy, but I just, on occasion, like to throw you folks a curveball. So let's see if you can really capture. Really, if you can capture her pose here. I'm just gonna do shapes for this one. I'm not gonna. See if I can get the shape of her. You can kind of see I'm just breaking it down into 3D shapes here. I did this for like the first couple of weeks when I started drawing. I was just doing shapes like this. And I felt fairly confident. Within a few weeks. So. Then I just moved straight into the gesture drawing stuff we're doing now. So I'd say it's been over a year. The interpretation of the calf muscle is something I'm struggling with. So when I start putting the lines down for the calf muscle, I'm maybe a little too hesitant, trying too hard. 4 seconds. So you can see roughly the shape guideline. Not bad. Haven't done that in a while. Okay, our fan favorite. Very tough to do in a warm-up pose, I feel. But hopefully you fare better than I do. Let's see if we can really capture his energy here. Whoa. I might have gone a little too far with the lines there, but I like to start off with these really long, winding, flowing lines. The only dilemma when you do that is you kind of start doing drawings that are kind of off the page, and then you end up resizing it, so tricky. Okay, our last warm-up pose Just have fun here, folks. Don't be too critical on yourself. These are just to really loosen your drawing wrist, your fingers, your elbow, your arm, depending on what you're drawing with. That too is a debate of argument. If you're drawing on a large piece of paper, like a traditional gesture drawing class, you should be using your full shoulder and elbow. And then if you're drawing on something smaller, you're probably bound to your wrists, I imagine. As I am. Once again, a pose that it's tricky to kind of capture in such a short time, so once again, don't be too hard on yourself here. Interesting. There's just a slight curve on that axe, so. You got about 5 seconds left. Do what you gotta do. Okay, we're on the first 10-minute pose. Slow down, take your time. No rush. This looks like a simple pose, but it is not a simple pose. There's a lot happening here. I'm kind of always find myself in this sticky situation where if I don't see the facial details, my brain's kind of like, what is happening here? Anyways. C'est la vie. I'm just gonna break her down into shapes as I struggle with the initial. I don't have the confidence of where to start with the pose. I understand a lot of artists will just say, you know, break down the breastplate to the torso and connect it all. Probably what I should doing, but maybe I'm just lacking the discipline. Interesting. I feel the torso kind of. It's not a straight line down, it kind of indents a bit, like that. Yeah, like that. And then that comes like that. I'll stick with that. I'm just looking at where the arm comes down and connects with the torso. Okay, I'm gonna stick with that for now. Sometimes you have to just commit to something and hopefully it comes together, right? It's a part of gesture drawing. It's just committing. Committing to the line, as they say. Yeah, I definitely went too large with the torso on. I'm gonna fix that now. I don't know how, but I'm gonna fix it. That. Okay. Still doesn't feel right. Okay. Okay, that might work. You'll notice I'm drawing the background before the foreground. And I found really helps me with imagining. Helps me with a lot of proportion, a lot of stuff, so the only thing is it probably doesn't look clean, which is fine when you're studying. But don't worry about what stuff looks like, just draw to learn. Especially these sessions. There's a lot of great YouTubers out there who probably give you better paths to tread on when it comes to actually technical drawing and making something look final. I think when you come here, you should probably be in study mode. We're under 4 minutes, so do keep that in mind. That's a really bad shading attempt. If that arm looks unnatural, her left arm coming down looks a little weird. No need to worry, because it is a very weird pose. I want a nice clean line for that upper arm. I don't know if I can achieve it. Kinda did there. There was a flow to the shading. I'm just not gonna tackle it just yet. This arm definitely, the angle doesn't feel right. Oh, it feels so wrong. Down to the last minute and change. That's going to be tricky. Okay. This leg is a beautiful flowing line here, and I'm just trying to capture that. Taking my time and making sure to capture that nice line there. Beautiful. There we go. Quite happy with that leg line there, that upper thigh line. Very nice. Okay, that's it, 10 minutes. Wow, I was actually really getting into that pose. Okay, let us continue. I believe we have 2 more 10-minute poses, 2 20 minutes, and a 30 minutes, so take it easy, rest your arm. We're not at these deep studies yet. I could say we're still warming up, kind of. But I wouldn't go that far at this point. Really study the pose and don't be restricted by trying to get the entire body. This is not a competition. Just take your time. I love that facial expression. I love that facial expression. Great energy. I mean, if you want to just do the face or that hand, that really contracted hand, go for it. Nobody's telling you to do the whole pose. This is a study. Study what you need. I record these in 4K so you can take the images and take them back with you and really go back and study everything, you know? If you're on 1080p, it'll be a breeze to just crop the image, study a part. All yours, folks. This is one of the newer packs I've bought, this model, and I love it. He's a great model. He puts so much energy, so much change in the pack. He's not stiff at all. Let's see if I got this right. In terms of just proportion, if I got this right. I think I did. Kind of. This might be a little too. I feel the torso might be a little too long. Yeah. Or maybe I need to just bring this down just a bit. That is such a great pectoral line that you can create here. Like that. Like there. But then I have to rearrange everything else. Okay, we're gonna commit to it. It does feel off, folks. Maybe here it's more what I'm talking about. Interesting dynamic I'm kind of suffering with right now. That over the shoulder, that line coming down to the arm, it's so contorted, it's gonna make or break your pose, I imagine, if you don't do it right. I'm gonna have to come back to it because it does not feel right. It definitely does not feel right. Don't know if I'll have time to get into the details of the arm, but I encourage you to do so. Sorry, the fingers, not only the arm, but... Oh, my brain is turning into spaghetti trying to figure this out. Okay. I'm gonna come back to it. I don't want to struggle too much. I want to finish the pose here. The basics of the pose at least before I come back to that hand. But I feel it's a challenge. Okay, I didn't spend too much time on it, but it's not bad. There's a lot going on with that, and a lot. We're down to 3 minutes. Time is flying with this pose, no doubt. The pose does not feel right in some sense, but this leg should be connecting with that heel. See if it comes together as planned. No. Maybe. No, it doesn't feel right. I think this leg needs to be much, much bigger. But, yeah, it doesn't feel right at all. Yeah, something's bothering me with his leg. Interesting. I think his legs need to be a little bigger and longer. I should have stretched it out a little more. You do what you can in 10 minutes, right? Let's continue here, folks. Very nice pose. Very nice pose here. Have fun with this one. Trying to nail down the pectoral muscle, but I think I'm having some struggle with it. The shadow is throwing me off. I'm thinking the shadow is the pectoral muscle when it's actually not the case. There we go. It's more like that. And then like that. That is a very interesting line to achieve, if you can achieve it. Very smooth. I'm really taking my time with it because it's such a great line. Come on. You can do the 6. Nope. What a weird line, eh? It's like my brain's not allowing me to pull it together. I'm gonna take my time with it. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna have to live with that for now. That was a very tricky line. And I might have screwed it up already. I feel like I got the pectoral muscle too. Why am I struggling this much with it? It's got his rib cage protruding out a bit. So something to keep an eye on. I think the line work on that pectoral muscle and that upper rib cage is horrible, but I just wanted to see if I can capture the pose. This is very tricky. I'm really struggling with this. I think I know what I did wrong. We're gonna redo the arm. We're gonna come back at it. Not give up. That's... 4 minutes and I'm just stuck on the torso here. Oof. Okay. I like that shield. It's gonna actually help me with proportion, I think. Let's see if it does. Time is flying by with this pose. Still not happy with that neural muscle. Oh well. I think it had to be more subtle. More subtle. Down to the last 40 seconds. Hopefully, you have fared better than I have for this pose. This has really caught me off guard. It is a tricky pose. I'm starting to learn that the hard way. Oof, that's bad. I'm trying to cheat and use the box as a something to help with proportions here. Okay, tough pose. Very tough pose. Sorry about that, had a little bit of sip of coffee. There is an articulate way of saying that. I mean, you can call it proportion, you can call it energy, you can call it flow, you can call it geometry. But Nuzakara, thanks for joining us. You kind of nailed it right on the head. It's keeping everything together so it looks natural, right? And so thus is the dilemma of the amateur artist. Sometimes accurate accuracy sometimes actually affects if you want to make something look good, right? Especially when you're doing weird contortioned pieces like this. When they're twisting and stuff, it doesn't really look natural, but you're trying to make it look natural. Yeah. Here. Things do get a little weird when the model is kind of just all their body parts are spread out. You have a lot more range to cover, and thus the problem begins. Interesting. Nozakar, interesting. He's saying unlearn the idea of detail. That's an interesting thesis there. I think that probably applies big to animators. Less is more, as they say. We're gonna redo these lines, because I'm not happy with the dance. There we go. That's right. If you watch a lot of the really good gesture drawing artists out there, they're not technically accurate. It's kind of like their interpretation, if that makes sense. Their interpretation of the human body. And you can kind of see habits form, right? Like where they put pressure down for what muscles and how the flow is for certain muscles. And I think your brain kind of they kind of build up an inventory, a natural inventory. So when they're putting down the line, say for this heel, maybe the back of the heel has a harder line than the bottom of the heel. It seems like they all just recall it from a memory bank. And I think I'm not the intersection of art and psychology, it definitely needs to be studied more. Then we can kind of understand how style works. I think style is there's probably more in terms of sociology and psychology than there is art. It's like you can watch artists slowly develop styles, and it's difficult to explain how they develop that style, right? There's a lot of, as they call it, intersectionality where, whoop, sorry about that. Their environment, their influences, so many things play a role with that. I forgot this was a 20-minute pose, so I don't know why I'm rushing. That's right, this is a 20-minute pose. Why am I rushing? You know what I like about these sessions is because I'm using such a dynamic model differences. We're working on a model who's kind of short and stout, and then we jump to a model who's long and slim, like this one. And it kind of throws you off a bit, but I think it also makes you better as an artist. You can kind of interpret what you're seeing, as opposed to just continually drawing the same type of model over and over again. At least that's my theory. I don't know if it actually helps, but remember, we are jumping from a very different model. And if you're able to capture that, that's something to say, you know? Even when I signed up for online classes in some of these academies, I feel they use the same model over and over again, you know, when you're in a live studio. Which is okay, nobody's saying it's wrong or bad, they've been doing that for hundreds of years. But with the digital age, now you can kind of really challenge yourself and say, okay, you can go from a larger model to a very traditional, slender model like this. And your brain's able to adapt. I think that's why a lot of people do live sketching. Like just going to a subway or a street corner, a museum, and just, it'll give you that dynamic. And I definitely have to fix a lot of things here. I definitely have to fix a lot of things. Interesting. Not liking this inner line work here. There's a lot going on with that neck. Ooh, I'm scared to approach it, but I'm gonna do it because we got lots of time. I don't know if style is based on subject matter. You'd have to extrapolate that. I mean, unless you're being very intentional by it. I think when you're drawing, there's certain stylistic elements that come out that you can't control. Or maybe you choose not to. But I mean, good artists, I mean, you look at the Disney artists and stuff, from film to film, a Disney Pixar movie has a unique style to it, right? And they generally can adapt. But I keep in mind that there's a lot of coaching in that, right? You're following style sheets, you're following references, character style sheets. Everything is kind of pre-planned, pre-drawn, and you're sticking with that. So there is a lot of that when you work at the bigger studios, I guess. You have to fall into line in terms of the style itself, right? And that's not a hit on the studio. That's for consistency. I mean, that's what a good art director does, I feel. They can take an artist and teach them how to adapt to the vision of the studio or the film. Style is a tricky thing. I might have to reduce the pen size here to get details, but I just want to get the rough proportions right. I think that's about right. This is an awkward pose. I mean, you would never traditionally draw something like this in a painting or something. So hopefully you're learning some of it. We got 5 minutes. I think the way I approach this is old habits that need to die hard. I should have begun with long, sweeping lines, because this pose allows it. Like from the top of her shoulder to the bottom of her right leg can be just one straight, gorgeous sweeping line, which I probably should have done like this. Like that or something. Once again, like that. Anyways. I fell into the trap of accuracy, as I call it. Trying too hard to be accurate. Yeah. We're gonna fix that. We got 2 minutes. Let's do this. Let's see if we can fix this. Right? Yeah. A little better, yeah. Glad I did that. I feel this could come out a little more. Really. Okay. Interesting. Let's move on. Okay. Not really an anatomy study. Well, it could be. But, I guess for today I wanted to change things up, so I did throw her, this model in a couple of times. Let's see what we can do. Push the limitations. I'm gonna reduce the brush a bit. Darken it a bit. I'm gonna try something different here. Let's see if it works. Okay, everybody. Have fun. I got 20 minutes, so I'm gonna slow things down here for me. I think I felt very rushed the last pose. Was not happy with myself. So let's see what happens when I slow things down. Take my time. Interesting. kind of using the skirt as a tool to help me measure out the proportion, but that may backfire. We are almost at the halfway mark. Almost. Interesting. Okay, there's definitely some. Hello KSL, thank you for joining us. You finally caught a stream. Interesting, so it looks like you're familiar with my videos. Maybe you just you've been watching it on YouTube or Twitch archives. But welcome, my friend. Hopefully you're drawing along. I mean, you could watch, but I prefer everybody just to draw along with me. That's the point. There's a lot of great Twitch streamers and YouTubers who you can just kind of observe and draw. But I feel I want to encourage people to actually draw on my stream. That's why it's kind of fairly uncut and unfiltered, if that does make sense. I think that laptop, is that a laptop or a sketchbook? It's a sketchbook, isn't it? Hard to tell these days. People put all sorts of stuff on their laptop. I feel I keep stretching out that skirt. That's funny. You can see the line progress outer and outer, so you can tell my interpretation of it is. These lines are so subtle, right? So subtle. I think I might have gone a little short on the legs. Let's see if we can pull this off. Yep, Hex, you did it again. Too short on the legs. Too short on the legs, my friend. Let's try and fix it. Oh, fellow Torontonian. Welcome. So thanks for getting up early in the morning and drawing. I'm kind of learning something about YouTube algorithms as I start my YouTube channel. If you guys want any advice, it shows me a lot of local artists. If you ever got your own YouTube channel, whatnot, you start uploading, it kind of connects you with locals, which is an interesting thing. I say, at least, I'll admit. And I feel something is off. We're down to 2 minutes. I'm quite happy with the rough of her, but oh man, this leg does not feel right. It's weird, it doesn't feel right, but it looks right. Anyways, whatever, let's do this. I mean, if you were to do the two-tone shading for this, I mean, the stockings, good lord, that'll take you an hour itself. And then if you want to do it in color, I mean, oof. It's one of those things where you just like, forget it, I'll come back tomorrow and I'll come back tomorrow and do it. You got those little lace floral things. I don't even know how to render it. I'll let our more veteran artistes take a gander at it. There we go. Okay. Not bad. I was worried with the arms. I want to do the fingers, but I have to zoom in. And I only got 40 seconds. So we ain't gonna do no zooming in, folks. I'll just put down some harder lines and commit to them. I'm just gonna commit to some harder lines here. That's it. Quite happy I just got her into semi-accurate pose here. I mean, this is not really gesture. We're now getting into just like sketching at this point, but yeah. That curve of that upper head, something to keep in mind. It's a very nice curve if you can achieve it. Oh, okay. Okay, woo, what a pose for the Discord. Pose of the day, 30 minutes, take your time. A lot of dynamic action here, a lot of energy. There is a flow. The flow kind of starts from her upper chest breast, and energy's going right into that back leg. It's kind of flowing outwards. Let's see if I can capture that. And it'd be interesting to see if you see what I see, because I feel if you give the same pose to 10 different, 20, 30, 40 different artists, they'll give you energy and flow from different areas of her body. I mean, it's not black and white. So let's see if you can kind of achieve that, your version of it. This is 30 minutes. Take your time. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. I'm gonna stretch out my finger here a bit, my drawing wrist, and then I'll join you folks. Okay. Nuzokara, are you still with us? Hopefully you are, buddy. Hang in there. I got one more post to go. This is definitely gonna go off canvas, which I'm relatively fine with. I'll just go and re-proportion it. This is going to be tricky, folks. It's going to be tricky. That back arm going out. There's a lot of foreshortening. Ooh, rough. Very rough. Okay, I think I got it there. Yep. Okay, I need to come out further. That's bad. Here, like that. Luckily I caught that error quick. Okay, one arm down, one to go. Let's see if I can pull this off. Interesting. Oof. There is a lot happening with this pose, folks. A lot of trickery. Take your time. We got lots of time for this one. Pull this off. Let's see if we can pull this off. Got that rib cage. Right. Yeah. When I see the rib cage, it's almost like cheating, right? When you're doing the shapes, original shapes, it's like, oh, okay, I can just use that to draw out the abdomen. This model is really, got 20 minutes left. We got lots of time, but what I was gonna say is really stretching out my canvas. So, interesting. I'm really trying to capture all that indentation around the knee. Tricky. I might come back to it because I'm getting a little, it's taxing me a little bit, so I might just come back to it. Let's do the arm, which is even more harder, but something's got to be done here. There's a lot happening with this bra, how it's curving inward over the shoulder like that. Beautiful. Okay, let's see if that worked. Okay. It's so subtle. I like it, but subtle. My apologies if I go quiet sometimes. I do shut off my mic for a cup of coffee, to adjust the mic, or in this case there's a million police sirens going off, so bit of an emergency here. So I decided to shut it off. Okay, coming together. How I rendered those fingers over the face. Well, essentially, it's funny, you spend all this time on the pose, but it's really gonna come down to just one or two things that'll make this pose look natural or completely artificial. And it's gonna be that face. Just the gesture of it. I'm gonna go back to the leg and then probably spend the last 10 minutes really just focusing on the face there and that jaw. Could be horribly wrong, but it looks okay. Okay. No, it doesn't. That is a weird looking arm. I'm gonna fix it. I promise, folks.
I hope that others know. I'd like to see them flourish in a way they didn't know. To meet the world with kind. Out of reach, get dirty, but I'm just not sure. I hope that others know. I'd like to see them flourish in a way they didn't know. To meet the world with kindness. I hope that others know. I'd like to see them flourish in a way they didn't know. To meet the world with kindness. I have spent some time there in the forest below. The color of the darkness is shifting in my room. She's growing up without me in a forest of her own. The color of the darkness is shifting in my room. She's growing up without me in a forest of her own. The color of the darkness is shifting in my room. She's growing up without me in a forest of her own. The winter of redemption has come and it has gone. I think it's time to grow up and face the day head on.
under 10 minutes. We have lost a few souls, but for those of you who are still here, hang in there. You can do it. I know a 30-minute pose can seem daunting, but if you finish really early, you were probably going too fast. And you should be taking your time with this. That's the idea. To kind of pace quick and then slow down a bit. Okay, folks, good golly, we're down to our last minute. That flew by. That flew by. I thought I would have time to really work on the face. It doesn't look like that's gonna happen. In fact, I'm gonna butcher the face in a rush. But such is life. Tough decisions. 20 seconds. You can continue drawing if you want, but the point kind of is to... 1 second here. Okay, the point is kind of... Oh! To see what you can achieve in 30 minutes. Let me know how your session went. Type in chat. Would love to see... we got quite a lot of people here today, so... hopefully you folks had a good session. It went by fast, I felt. That was 2 hours. We killed 2 hours pretty damn quick. So, give me 1 second here. I'll set this up. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining me. I appreciate it. I'll be back Monday morning. Sorry about that. I'll be back Monday morning for portrait drawing. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Some new faces, new Zakara, KSL. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you can join me on this journey over the next couple of months. We will eventually get to shading. I'm going to get to shading. And then once I have the confidence, I'll probably get into color as well. Have a great weekend. Take care, everybody. And I'll be getting this stuff up on Twitch and YouTube if you want to go back to it and compare and contrast your images. Once again, thanks everybody for watching, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. Have a great weekend.